Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin. Thanks to everyone who commented on last week's video, who had been watching my F-150 Power Boost series. Obviously, in case you were unaware of that, I had an F-150 Power Boost for about a year and ended up being an unreliable hunk of garbage. I do like the F-150 Power Boost when it works, but mine, however, did not work. I know lots of people don't have issues with theirs, and God bless you if that's the case, but I had to sell it and then spent a little time with no truck. And I announced, obviously, last week that I got the truck that I'm now sitting in. It's been exactly 1 week since I picked up the truck from the dealer. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of miles on it, but I'm just getting near the end of my first tank. I'm going to do a separate video with my final impressions on the first tank fuel economy, although, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It will be a completely different experience than my first video with the F-150. Anyway, when I was researching this truck, there was videos that I watched ad nauseum with kind of walk-arounds and, you know, just pointing out the features and what's on the truck and whatnot. And I imagine if you guys are like me out there, you're also watching this video, even though you've watched a million other videos on this truck, because you just want to watch it. So I'm making another one and putting it on YouTube. So here it is. We're going to do a quick walk around on the outside, and then I'll go through a little bit on the inside as well too. So let's hop out of the truck here. It's going to beep at me because it's running and the key is out. There it goes. So I have the key with me in my pocket. It's a little dirty, so I apologize for that. But here it is. It's the 2023 Chevy Colorado ZR2. The nice thing about the Colorado ZR2 is, unlike the regular Colorado, it has special off-road suspension, or you can see it a little bit better in the back. The DSSV dampers there. It comes with these 33-inch Goodyear maximum traction territory tires, and it's a 3-inch lift over the regular Colorado. The Trail Boss is 1 inch lower than this. I think it has 32-inch tires. These are 33s. And then the Bison that's coming out, and the Desert Boss that was for the 2023 model year, had the 35-inch tires, so slightly higher than this. So this is about 10.7 inches of ground clearance. The Trail Boss is around just over 9. And then the Bison and the Desert Boss, I think, are closer to 12 inches of ground clearance. So this is still pretty healthy amount of ground clearance. Obviously, you've got a capless fuel filter there. It's only available in the crew cab short bed configuration on the Colorado. Tailgate option here, where you open up these things here and you get the little added storage in there, which is nice. That's a nice little touch, I think, that I think a lot of people are going to find useful. Just make sure I close that. Yep, it's closed. Obviously, you get the little power outlet there. This is no Pro Power on board that was on the F-150. That's a feature I would like to eventually see on the GM side of things. Obviously, spray in bed liner here with the ZR2 badge on the front there, and a bunch of tie down points. I do need to get a tonneau cover for the truck, because unfortunately this one was not able to be thrown in. I tried to get him to throw it in with the purchase of it. I was able to negotiate the all-weather floor liners, but not the tonneau cover, just because it's too expensive of an option. Obviously, you see you have the sliding rear glass. That's manual. Even on the F-150, I never really opened all that much, so I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem, only being manual. Door mirrors are not self-folding like they are, but they're power adjustable and heated, which is nice. They don't jut out too far. It's a little bit more narrow of a vehicle compared to the F-150, I believe. Compared to other Colorados, it's a little bit wider stance. The Trail Boss and the ZR2 is a little bit wider stance, and it comes with these beefier wheel well liners. Or not, these aren't wheel well liners. What the hell? Fenders. Wheel well liners are the things on the inside there. But yeah, I really like the rims. I wish they would have tied some of this copper trim up into like making this that color. I think that would have been a nice little touch. It is nice that the ZR2s come with the LED daytime running lights and the LED projectors. However, the turning signals, those are halogen, and I believe the rear lights are also halogen as well too. Obviously you have your antenna up there. And then it's just a mean looking truck on the outside. I mean, it looks really cool. It feels like when you're driving it, it feels like it's a bigger, higher off the road. Obviously the ZR2s come with this glued on little hood scoop here, which I think is nice. On the black truck, it doesn't contrast as much as on some of the other colors because this will be black on any truck that you buy. But it's kind of nice that it's a matte finish, and then obviously the paint is a gloss finish. Obviously you get the rock sliders there. No step. It's difficult to get up in the truck, but I can still get up in there. All right, so let's just look at the back seat real quick. That's my driving position. I've got some stuff in here. Let me pull this out here. Oh, that's part of my lunch. And you can see these headrests fold down. So if I get in behind myself, I'm 6 foot. If I get in behind myself, you know, it's not the most leg room, but it would do for an hour-long trip back here if there was someone sitting back here. If my mother-in-law was sitting back here, I think she'd be happy. She's pretty short. The seat's kind of comfortable. It's a little squishy, so it's not too bad to sit in. You get vents back here. You'll see the floor liners that I got thrown in. They go across the little hump here, and they kind of lock in this little section here. So it just adds a little extra protection over the carpet. You get the USB A and C, and then down here, you can't really see it very well, but you get a household plug. Let's see if I can get down there. Yeah, you get a household plug, which is nice. If you plug in a little appliance or vacuum back there, if you're out camping or something like that. These little map pockets are actually on the window sticker are an option, which I thought was silly. Why these wouldn't just come as standard, but I guess they're an option. I don't have the oh, there's a little fuzzy on the ceiling here. I don't have the obviously the sunroof, but I'm just making it more dirty up here, whatever. But I don't like sunroofs, as I mentioned in the last video, so it's no big deal. I like the color of the seats. They're nice back here. This also comes with a little cup holder armrest here. So if people back here, I think the ideal situation would be 2 smaller people in the back, and no one in the center here on a longer trip. And it'd be a pretty comfortable place to be. You wouldn't complain. The underseat storage in here, I'll show you when I hop out, leaves a little bit to be desired. I wish that they had come up with a better solution, engineering solution. But that's pretty much the back seat. You get some lights up here as well too, and some little grab handles, which is nice. Oh, and I'm just now realizing that the child locks are on. All right, I'm gonna come back to you in just a second, but the child safety locks are in here, so I trapped myself in the back seat. I'm gonna have to crawl through there to get out of here. All right, so good thing I did my stretching at the gym, because I just had to crawl through there and out the passenger door. Yeah, these little child door locks were switched over on both sides, so I was stuck in the back seat momentarily. But anyway, going back to the storage here, I gotta put this down for a second. So as you can see, there's not a whole heck of a lot of storage. I got a first aid kit down here, a snow brush, and then the jack, entire kit come down underneath this here, taking up most of the space. And this plastic seat support takes up a whole lot of room. I don't understand why they couldn't just take this out and find some way similar to how they do it in the 1500 series to have the seat support itself when it's down without this huge infrastructure here. There's so much wasted space here. I could set so many more things here if this was somehow flat. I guess it's not flat here, but I guess if it was more flat in this section here, you could get away with a lot more things under there. Anyway, That's what you get when you get a mid-sized truck. You get less storage. I'm not complaining too hard. All right, let's hop up front. Put my stuff back here so it doesn't go flying around. All right, so we're up front. You'll see standard issue windows up and down. They're all one touch down, but only the driver is one touch up. Everything else you got to hold up. Not a big deal for me. These will obviously adjust the side mirrors. You have memory seats here and power seats on this side, but you don't get power seats on the passenger side. I don't know if 2024 is going to have power seats on the passenger side. I heard that as maybe a rumor, but we will see. This little thing here is so that you can set your exit position if you choose through the menu to do so. So if the ignition is off and you open this door and you've set and opted for the exit position to engage, it'll go to whatever you've saved the memory for. So if you have different, anatomy or mobility issues, you can change it to your liking and to what the position would be for it to be easier for you to get out of the vehicle. I am fine with just this position, so I tried that out for a couple days and I realized that was just more of a waste of time and would probably burn out the motors on this seat by continually doing that. The amount of times I get in and out of the car all day for work, because I drive around and visit customers all day. So I figured it'd just be easier my wife has the second setting and I have the first setting. Obviously on this side you have the intensity of your interior lighting and your trailer brake controller down there. Vent. You get your windshield wiper stock. I wish this had rain sensing wipers. That would be nice. It's okay. The blinker's a fun sound. I enjoy the sound of the blinker. You get the 11 something point inch screen here on the 2023 model year. You only got this, I think, on the ZR2. It might have been an option on the Z71, but on all the other trims, you could only ever get the smaller one that only took up a portion of it. I think in 2024, I might have read or seen somewhere that all the trims are going to get the full display, which I think is fine. I mean, like, why nickel and dime everyone with that? Like, the space is there, just put the bigger screen in. They're all getting this screen anyway, regardless of if it was a work truck or not. So why not just give them the same screen over here? Where you're going to see a lot of differences here between some of the other trucks is, especially on the ZR2, you get the front and the rear locker here, and the front and rear locker. Obviously the other ones will have the auto stop start, the hazards, and the lane keeping assist. But on this, you get the aux. I haven't tested it yet. This might actually turn on the power to those household outlets in the bed in the back there, or it might power some other auxiliary item that you add on later. I don't know. I know that there's an auxiliary switch kit that you can actually option from the factory that goes under here. That's a 3-switch kit that will turn on exterior lighting or ditch lights or whatever, or light bars. But this, I think, might just be those power the household outlets. I could be wrong. And then this is the famous all windows down all at once button that GM trucks seem to all have. And everyone complains, oh, why isn't it all up? Well, it's a pretty easy, like, safety concern. If you've got dogs in the back or a kid, like, and you hit the all up button, someone could get their head or their a dog's nose could get chopped off in the window if it goes up too quickly. So I think it's fine that it's all down and then they make you go over here and put them all up. That's fine. I understand why they don't give you the other option, because there would be lawsuits in the works for that option to even exist. Because as much as we like to think that we're intelligent people, we're all dumb humans and we all make mistakes every now and again. And certainly I would be one of the candidates for the Darwin Award at times. So obviously you get some ZR2 badging, this camo trim here, this wireless charger, as many of them are finicky, and it doesn't make my phone hot when it's charging, but it's very finicky. I don't know if it's because of the case on my phone. I got to find a position that it goes in. Someone on another video mentioned that someone put a straw down here because you can't put other metal on here while it's charging. or any metal for that matter, but you put like a plastic straw on there and it sets your phone in the right position. I've yet to find that position, and I don't have a straw. Glove box here, it's not dampened, but you know, I don't go into the glove box too often, so that's not a deal breaker for me. You see the nice all-weather floor mats that are Chevy branded there, which are nice. The door pockets have a modest amount of storage. That's an umbrella there. These cup holders are nice. They're nice and close. I like them in this position more than up here, because I feel like reaching back here is a little bit safer rather than reaching here and then bumping a coffee cup on your shifter and dumping it all over the place. And then you get the storage here and there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. You can see, you can jam a whole bunch of stuff in there. But you know, not as big as the full-size truck, but big enough for me. As for the infotainment screen, it's very, very user-friendly. You can drag and drop things over here and customize this little home screen icon row. The light bar here is nice. I mean, obviously people complain that it's not hard buttons over here, but this is just as easily accessible. The one complaint that I do have is, why don't they have one notch over? In GM, you can do this in a firmware update where you can actually turn on your fog lights from that same screen. And also, I would say that having that go away so quickly, like it's up there for just a second, leave it up there for a little while longer, or make us have to press it again to turn it off like that, because you can do it like that. Why wouldn't you just leave it up until we've taken it off? I don't know. Let's see here. Apple CarPlay is wireless and works fairly seamlessly. I have yet to have issues with it, but once again, I've only had the truck for 1 week, so it's really hard to make a full-on assessment of it. And then, yeah, the fog lights are accessed through, where are they accessed through? Here. So I made that one of my toggles, because in case I wanted to use hill descent control or the fog lights, or turn off the park assist, I can go into there. So it's a little bit easier, but I wish that at least the front fog lights and the auto high beams could be up in this menu up here. Put them up there. It's all lighting in one fell swoop. This screen's nice. You can customize it. As you can see, I have 69 miles to empty. This truck literally drinks gasoline while it's idling. It doesn't like idling, at least right now. I mean, I've only got 246 miles on the truck. I took delivery at 11 miles. The trip 1 is from the start of the truck's life, so 11 of those miles I didn't drive the truck, but I've driven them. I reset trip 2 when I left the dealer upon delivery. I've driven 234.9 miles, and I've averaged 15.4. According to this, I will always hand calculate when I fill up, and I've yet to fill up once. I've driven mostly in two-wheel drive. Occasionally I've switched it to the auto on days where there's been some slick conditions, because it's winter here, and as you can see right now, it's 38 degrees, but it's been snowy and it's been rainy and like close to freezing at times when it's raining. So I like to have the 4 auto on my drives, because there could be different road surfaces and black ice and whatnot. But this is nice because you can toggle through all sorts of different things. And you see here, if you have Apple CarPlay, you can also have this is Google Maps. So this is Google Maps, and you can do another screen with Apple CarPlay. So technically here, I can bring up Google Maps. This is Google Maps right now. And over here is Apple Maps. So I've got 2 different map softwares going at the same time. And obviously vice versa, if you wanted to do Google Maps on this one, and you open up your Apple CarPlay here and you go into your maps here, you've got Apple Maps here and you've got Google Maps there. You can flip-flop them to your liking, which is kind of nice. So this here, the screen that I've been leaving it on mostly has been this one. because it shows, you know, obviously your RPMs and, you know, your speedometer. This is where your cruise control will show up with the lanes. It's not lane centering, it's lane keeping assist will show up there. It'll light up green when it's on. But it seems to be the screen that's most useful to me right now. Obviously, you can change your drive modes over here with this dial, Baja, normal, off-road, tow haul, terrain, and we're back around to Baja. I've been keeping it in normal, but in terrain mode, it's kind of nice. It only allows you to do it up to a certain speed, but it's for kind of slow rock crawling, where it gives you one pedal drive, where all you need to do is anytime you lift off of the accelerator, it'll automatically brake for you. And this is kind of a gripe that I have with that, is like in the Ford F-150, there was a feature called auto hold. So if I'm driving around, I'm at a stoplight, or I'm on a street with a bunch of stoplights, every time I get stopped at a stoplight, I can just press the brake and stop at the stoplight, take my foot off the brake, and it'll hold me there until I press the accelerator again, without fiddling with any, you know, putting it in a park or using parking brake or anything like that. It automatically engages a parking brake for you. So my question is, GM, you have the terrain mode that gives you one pedal driving that's clearly braking for you when you stop. Why can't you make a feature in the menu somewhere to give us auto hold? It's there already. It's in the truck. Make it work. Make it happen. Oh, there's a cardinal over there. Look at that. He's eating some garbage. Oh, good for you, buddy. Yeah, I always wonder how they survive in the wild. The cardinals are so bright, you know. They've got to be an easy target for, well, I don't know. Can animals see color? I don't know anything. I was talking about the Darwin Award. I'd probably be the one to hit this switch and, you know, chop someone's arm off or something. Yeah, this right here is nice to have on this side, but guess they don't want to give us one over here. They want us to grab onto the steering wheel, which once again, it's fine. I just would have liked to have had that there, so I'm not constantly yanking on the steering wheel to pull myself up into the truck. I'm tall enough, I'm 6 foot, but I still need to grab onto something, or otherwise it's a kind of an awkward dance to shimmy underneath the steering wheel into the seat. Because I like to push my driving position as high as possible. So admittedly, let me turn this around. Admittedly, my head is, you know, not too far from the roof here, but it is what it is. Up here, I forgot to mention, these are not LEDs. Kind of reminds me of the car that I had in college. You know, it's kind of retro, nostalgic to have the halogen lights in here. Also halogen lights here, you know. Whatever, no big deal. I mean, it would be nice to have. This doesn't have the home link, which a lot of people I know like to have. That doesn't matter to me because I don't have a garage that I could, you know, use all those fun things with. I got to park it in the driveway and you know, brush snow off of it anytime it snows here. But you know, I don't have too much to complain about this truck yet because I've only had it for a week. I like it a lot. I look forward to getting into it. It looks great. It turns heads. If you're shopping for one of these trucks, I don't believe the 2024s are going to be much different than this, aside from, like I said, some of the trims, which people say that the Trail Boss trim is probably one of the best values you can get because you can spend maybe close to $7,000 or $8,000 less than this truck and still get some pretty decent off-road capabilities. I certainly, as I alluded to in the first video, am not going to be one of those people that take full advantage of the off-road capabilities of this truck. I'm just one of those people that likes the way it looks. I know that there's going to be people that are going to roll their eyes at that, and feel free to let me have it in the comments. But I like the way the truck looks. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it would be nice if it had better fuel economy, but what I do like is that it comes with a 3-inch lift from the factory, meaning that it's all under warranty. I don't have to be one of those guys that buys, you know, a base work truck and puts a lift kit on it, and then something goes wrong, and then I take it in and you know, they say, oh, well, you modified your truck, it's no longer under warranty because this failed because of that reason or the other. They have to cover anything within the warranty that is obviously a manufacturer defect or something wrong with the truck. So I kind of like that. And like I said, it turns heads. I've already like been at stoplights, and you can tell people are looking over at it, or like turning through intersections, and like people are like, you know, craning their neck over just to take a look at the truck, because there are not a whole lot of these ZR2s around. They're allocated to the dealers. I don't know how I was able to negotiate such a good deal. Like I said, probably because it was a 2023 and I bought it in January 2024. So maybe they're just like, well, we know that it's a tough time of year. Interest rates are really high. Somebody's gonna, you know, we just need someone with a pulse to come in and buy this, because they had this on the lot for 25-ish days or so. So it clearly wasn't, you know, they might have had a couple people test drive it other than me, but it wasn't flying off of the lot. And I think that with every week that went by, they were, you know, probably worrying that it was still a 2023. Although I don't think GM is doing nearly as bad as some of the other truck manufacturers. I think Ford and Ram especially have tons and tons of inventory and tons of 2023s left over. So some of those deals might get more juicy as the months roll on, and they still sit on the dealer lots, because a lot of those manufacturers, the 24s, are already starting to be built, and I'm sure dealers are a little nervous about that. Anyway, I've blabbed on for long enough. Next video should be on the first tank fuel economy. Obviously, you could already see that it's kind of sitting under what the window sticker says at 16. Right now, it's at 15.3 on the trip computer for when I've been driving the truck. I don't expect it to get much better than that, because I'll be filling up within the next 20 or 30 miles of driving. I know some people have said that the fuel economy has gotten better for them as they've had their truck for a little bit longer. And then maybe it'll also get better for me, because we're technically in winter right now. And as we get into the warmer months, I'm sure the fuel economy will get slightly better. I'd be happy to average, honestly, just slightly above what is on the, you know, the window sticker at 16. I would love 17 or 18. That I would be very happy. But I bought the truck knowing that I could very well be in the situation that I'm in now, where it's reading below that. And that's okay. As long as you go into it knowing that, you will be okay with it. It's not the perfect situation, but it is a lifted truck that doesn't have the air dams like some of the other trims do, that will get, you know, average 19 combined. You know, just go into it knowing that. Don't buy this truck if you're someone that's constantly worried about fuel economy, or if that is going to be something that eats at you. Yes, it only takes 87, which will be for most people the cheapest option for fuel, but you know, you just have to know that going into it. I think there's so many other positives on this truck that I'm willing to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fill up every you know, 300 or less miles and pay a little bit more cost of ownership just to drive something cool like this. Sometimes you'll have a vehicle like that you just, you know, you look past all that stuff. I know that some of the old like Suburbans, or even some of the new ones, are probably around the same fuel economy. Escalades, I'm sure, are also pretty bad. I haven't looked at the numbers, but anyway, that's all I got for you this week. If you could please like and subscribe, I'd love it. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. I just need to. It's a personal goal that I set for myself. And if you have any videos of this truck that you want me to see me do in the future, put that down in the comments. And having said that, I'll see you guys next week.